Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. I will be playing today the 10-minute rapid games. I will be commenting on openings, middle games, end games. We have it also join us here on VChess to get to the next level. Alright, let's see who is going to be our first opponent of today evening. Alright, we are playing the white pieces. Let's start with the move knight on f3, knight f6, d4. Solid opening here for white. Bishop f4. Let's play the London system. c5 e3. And first today is Bean to say hello to us in the chat. Heidi is second and Avocado is number 3. How are you doing, guys? I hope you are having great start of the week. Queen on b6. This is actually quite often played and we can choose here different options with the white pieces. Usually we play this queen on c1, so a cautious option, typical London position. So let's go. Also Ernesto with us here. Good evening everyone. Knight on d2, solid play, the usual h3 continuation that we can get with the bishop away. Bishop on e2, everything is as usual in the London system. London is not the most exciting opening, I have to tell you, but a lot of guys are playing it, so we are also playing it. DC is the normal play. We can also go cautious in this line with moves like a4. This is also possible, but DC is usually something we can try. Still, the position, of course, is equal. Not much going on here on the board, so we just continue with the usual play. Knight on b3, knight on d4, so very, very normal. More or less equal play. Not much going on currently. Knight on d4 is doing well. Then we have to see what we do with the queen from c1, or maybe we're gonna transport the rook here to d1. Maybe this knight on e5 somewhere, not immediately, so bishop goes away. Also c4 somewhere might be equal, but it would be great to have something more than completely equal. So what can we do? What can we do except the move c4? We can take first on c6, then to play the move c4, which is also, of course, completely equal. So basically, it doesn't matter what we do here. Position remains equal. It is a position with a very, very slow play. So I don't know. Let's go with the move rook to d1, just something, because I don't think it matters much. All right, let me see the comments here. And I Play Chess Live also here with us. Welcome, I Play Chess Live. Amar 2001 is here. Welcome everyone. Also I see with a 7 and Magnus in a lot of 7s. Welcome everyone. So let's take on c6, just that we see if he's going to take with a pawn or he's going to take with a rook. Both, again, is a normal play for black. White is not doing better, so we are just playing a very, very calm game. Step by step, London is very, very calm in most of the cases, so knight goes to e5 usually, so we're attacking the rook on c6. Very, very normal play. He's gonna play the move knight on e4 at some point, so we have to do something with the queen. I don't know actually where to put the queen. Maybe let's try to change the bishop bishop on d3. Again, position just remains completely equal, so not much is going on. London system is just a very, very slow opening in general. So all the time we have this kind of positional play, left, right, positions are equal. For the moment, our opponent is playing a very, very good game. So let's see, of course, how the game is gonna be developing. Avocado wanted to write something. What happened there? Avocado. And of course, once again, welcome everyone to the stream. So bishop on d6, also this is perfectly normal in this position for black. I don't know actually how to play this position for a win with the white pieces, so currently normal would be just to take, so I think I'm gonna take, and we have this absolutely equal play here. On the board, he's gonna put the knight on e4, but that's okay. So first we play the move a4. It's important to prevent this b5 push. And then, in case we can, we get the queen on b3. So we have queen, knight, position is equal. Everything is very, very normal in this position, so we continue with a slow play in the London system. Let's go here, queen on c2. He played the move a5, so in theory we might transport the knight from d3 to b5 in case we are a bit lucky. Let's see first, queen on e2, so very, very positional game. We continue playing very, very positional. Maybe we have this kind of idea. What do you think about that? Because black cannot do much in this position. Also white, of course, cannot do much in this position, so we are both like playing left, right. Normally, I think to take is probably the play here with the white pieces, but again, very, very difficult to achieve anything here with the white pieces. Maybe let's go with a move e4 somewhere, trying to be a little bit better, even though it's not really better. So let's go first with a move rook to d4, then we double up, and then we play the move e4. We are trying to get some kind of minimal advantage here with the white pieces, but it's gonna be so small, but still, before we had completely equal position, but now we are trying to get a little bit better. See in the chat the song. Yeah, it's a nice song indeed, yeah. Alright. Queen on b6. Normal. Let's go rook on d1 as we wanted, so we're getting ready to play the move e4. And after the move e4, we are going to be very, very strong on the d file. This is the idea here for white. In case we go e4 immediately, he's gonna take, and then this b2 pawn is under attack, so I guess I should go with the rook on d2 first, just to be safe. And then let's see what happens next. Maybe we can advance here a little bit on the king side, so very, very positional game. Maybe also it is a very boring game, to be honest. Not much action at all, but this is typical for London, so this is the way it is in the London system. h4 is quite good because we are gonna get the pawn on h5, and then maybe somewhere we will be targeting the pawn on g7. Of course, still position remains just equal, so no big changes here. We can triple on the d file in case we need to really push through with the move e4. So let's see. All right. Narrative also here with us. Welcome, Narrative. Today somehow most of the guys are on the channel. Yeah. Sometimes we're missing a couple of our members, but now many are already here with us. So we are continuing trying to be a little bit better. As you can see, we have now the pawn on h5. We still will play the move e4, but I don't think we have to rush it. Maybe we're gonna play first queen on d2. Let's triple up. Let's get the e4 in case we are dominating on the open file, and this is gonna be the only open file, so it means that it's gonna be a little bit better. Plus, we are gonna push against the g7 pawn in case we can. As you see, our opponent is trying to provoke us to play the move e4, but I think no reason for that. Rook on d2, we are defending the pawn on b2 just in case. So next might be e4 or a queen g4 or queen on d1, so we are tripling on the d file, which is basically guaranteeing white to be dominating on the file. Now he allows us to play the move e4, so maybe let's go, no? Let's go with the move e4. I don't know if this is actually advantage or it is still equal, but we will try to be a little bit better here. We will be taking with the queen on e4, obviously, so let's take. Now, as you can see, we are very strong here on the d file, so we are trying to push a little bit step by step. So if we can get a real advantage is, I would say it's doubtful. Probably we cannot get some real advantage, but we can annoy the guy for a long time because now it is white and white is doing a little bit better. So we can be happy with the current standing of the position. We're gonna play the move g3. It's very useful actually to have the king on g2. And in case of rook to d8, we can take, and then we take the pawn on b7. So we are alright on the d file. As you can see, black cannot do much here. Rook on d8. Wow, he's going for this position. Then I take on b7. There is a check. We play king on g2, he takes, I play the move b4. I think this is almost winning for white in my view, so of course I'm gonna take on d8. He panicked. Our opponent completely panics, and I don't know why he panicked, because there's been no reason for that. Now king on g2 is so useful. As you can see, there are no checks, there is no nothing. He takes on a4, I thought he's gonna take on h5, but it doesn't matter because we have the passed pawn, and the pawn is gonna walk, so it gives big advantage to white. We can also give a check first, and then to play the move b4. Anyway, he's gonna attack one of the pawns, but then we're gonna take with the pawn, and this is maybe just a win, so I give a check. Now I'm gonna play the move b4. Then I'm gonna take b8, a6, a7, and it might be a game over. So our opponent panicked. He had no more patience left to wait. He wanted to do something on the d file to get rid of the pressure, and he panicked. So I guess we have a winning position now because there's nothing much black can do here about the a pawn. It's gonna be just a queen. So queen on c2, b takes a5. Next move is the move a6, then we play queen on b7, then a7, and that's it. So a6, we act according to the plan. Queen here, a7, a8. That's it. The king on g2 is just perfect. No checks, no nothing here to the king on g2, so obviously we are going to win the game most probably in case of no mouse slip or internet break. We will be winning, so we act according to our strategy. Just queen on b7, a7, a8, queen. That's it. Slow play, yeah, but sometimes slow play is not a bad play. In the beginning, we had absolutely equal position after the opening, and then step by step, we outplayed our opponent because he had not enough patience. So patience is crucial in equal positions. We have to show great patience. We cannot do something too quickly because usually it backfires. So showing patience is so important, especially in case you're playing the London system. And in London system, usually we get very safe positions for both. So it's like a slow play. For us, it's slow play. For the guys, so it's like a matter of patience. c4, c5. Let's go immediately with the next game. g6, let's get the bishop here to g7. Now we get the bishop on g7. And he goes with the move d4. Let's go with the move d6, just to play this kind of structures that we get from the King's Indian or Indian. d5 immediately. Now usually we get the knight on a5 in these positions. It's possible also to play knight on e5. Not a bad play, but knight on a5, a little bit more dynamic. Bishop on d2. This is not very usual play. Maybe it's a good play, but not very common. So I will be playing, I don't know what is his idea, so I just developed my knight on f6. Bishop d3. Okay, looks safe, so I'm gonna castle. Then usually we are playing this a6, so the idea of a6 is to get the move b5 somewhere or to provoke the move a4. So he provokes into a4, and now this b3 square potentially could be targeted by playing, let's say, queen on b6, or maybe even by this bishop on g4. Idea of bishop on g4, we would like to take, so he plays rook on a3 very, very quickly. Very, very fast player. Let's see if he is a good player. What we can say, he is extremely fast. Now I go knight on d7. We keep the idea of taking, and now knight on e5. c4 pawn is going to be under attack. He doesn't care about it. Is it a good plan not to care? So we have knight on e5 immediately, then taking on d3. Very interesting. Of course, I can go just with a simple bishop takes f3. He takes, I go with a move knight on e5, I take the bishop. This is also a good position for black. We have the bad knight on a5, but we have the good pieces, so it's gonna be approximately equal. But maybe we can push for more, so in my view, maybe we can try with this knight on e5. Looks good, looks interesting. Maybe. Let's try with the move knight on e5. So we are definitely threatening to take. We can expect the guy to take on g4. We will be taking on d3, attacking the pawn on b2. c4 pawn is under attack. So let's see if we are lucky. Then black will be doing already better in this position because our guy, he's playing too quick. This is just too fast. He does not control the game. And once again, I can only say what I'm always saying: don't rush in the opening, don't rush the things, because it might end up so badly. Queen on c2, so now we have knight on b4, he has to play queen on e4 to defend the pawn on c4, but it is a good position already now for black. We can go queen on d7, rook e8, e6, beautiful position for black. On the other hand, we can also take knight takes, queen takes, take rook, play the move b5. Also, this is looking like a better play for black. So, I don't know. Knight on b4, simple, good. Knight takes on b2, not so simple, but also very, very good. So we have to take the decision. Well, I don't know what is better. It feels like both moves, knight takes b2 and knight on b4, is giving quite a big advantage to black in my view. So I will be playing maybe knight takes b2 because it is a bit more direct, and I like this knight on b2. He's also pretty shocked by this knight on b2. So I will be taking. Next, I will be taking the rook on a3. And next, we will be playing the move b5. This is crucial that we get the move b5 on the board. And now this b4, c4 push. Black is doing much, much better in this position. Also, don't forget, the moment I'm playing something like queen on d7, the pawn on g4 is gonna be under attack. So it's not only that we're doing better on the queen side, it is also that we would like to attack the pawn on g4, which wins a tempo for black. So for example, we can do it now, or we can even play the move b4 first. I don't know what is better, so let me go with the move queen on d7. Very simple strategy. Let's take the pawn. He is not giving us the pawn, which is normal. So next, we have to see if we get this b4, c4 somewhere. Maybe also we can take the pawn on a4, but it feels already like it's a good position, of course, for black. There are no doubts about it. This position is a good position, but it feels like we should be almost winning here, and that's why I believe maybe we can do a little bit more active play. b4 is the idea, so let's get the rook here to c8 to support this b4, c4 in the future. We have a fantastic position here with the black pieces. It should be close to winning. All right. Okay, the music is a little bit too loud. I will be putting the music a little bit. I thought it's more or less the same, but is it better right now? Let me know in the chat if the music is now too silent or it is okay. Yeah, we had the music a little bit louder today. So, maybe now is better? Let me know, please, if now it's better. Bean is saying now it's good. All right. So, we continue with our idea of playing the move b4. We have this queen, also f5 idea, very, very good. Still a bit too loud. All right, let me put it a little bit less. How is it now? Let me know if now is good. Okay, let me play some move here, because otherwise we're gonna lose on time till we do the music. So, take, and very, very soon we will be starting to move our pawns ahead. Maybe now. How is the music? No, or still a little bit more? Still the same. How is it possible? No? Something wrong with the music here. I will have to check it after the game. Okay. Something is not working there. It became more loud. Impossible. This is no way that it became more loud. And now? Okay, I have to fix it after the game. Let me fix it after the game, because let's first win the game and then we fix the music. Usually b4 is the way to go. Let me check it for a second. Hello, now the music is... I don't know what is going on here with the music, but let's see. After the game, we will be fixing the sound. So yeah, okay. Rook on c4, he tries to block us, and rook 8. Bishop on c1. Now usually we should just change the queens. It should be a winning position. Also we can, I guess, play this rook on a1, so just entering the position with all the pieces. Everything is looking almost like a win here for black. I don't know if we should lose time actually on rook a1. Maybe immediately let's go with the move queen on a4. This should be a win. This should be a winning position here for black, so let's simply take. Then we play this rook here to a2. We're attacking the knight on e2. And at some moment, this position, I think, should fall apart for white. To keep position like that, usually it is not possible. Of course, anything can happen, but in most of the cases, to keep like this is not possible. We're gonna break through somewhere, and then it's gonna be a game over. So now we have to think how to break through. Maybe we should put our rook here. Probably not a bad idea to have the rooks on the a file. So, I Play Chess Live is saying, are you changing volume from OBS? Yes, usually, yes, I Play Chess Live, yeah. G4. Wow. Why to play the move G4? I don't know. So it's time to play bishop on B2, I guess. So we have the pair of rooks on the second. Bishop on D2. He wants to checkmate us somewhere. There is no checkmate, there is no nothing, so we need to attack the knight, and I think the game is just over. He wants to cover it with a move knight on c1, but then we're gonna take it. So I think we play here rook on a3, if I'm correct. This is just a game over, because the knight on b3 cannot be protected. So yeah, It looks like it is a game over. Narrative saying G4 was a deep play. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Not so easy to see what is the sense of that, but our guy is playing too quick. So basically he has still 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. And it is already resignation. So a little bit too quick play. I don't know. I don't know why such a quick play. Let me do one thing with the music. Now I turn it off. And I will be putting the music like that. How is the music now? Let me know, because I can change it also here. Now it's better. Or now it's not so good. Complete domination. Yes, step by step we are dominating. So now the music is better. No music. How is it possible? No music. I see it's playing. No music. Oh, okay. We have to come back. Knight on C1. So I will be taking, of course, the knight on C1. And knight on B3 or the bishop on D2 is going to fall. Okay, so we're winning the game. We can offer him a rematch. Maybe the rematch is going to be a little bit more exciting because he has to think more in the opening. He has to play slower. He gave us such a quick play, and after the quick play, the game basically was over. So maybe he's going to play now a little bit slower to think more in the beginning. So I think it has a high value to think a little bit more in the beginning. Alright. Now the music is again too loud. What is going on with the music today? I don't understand that. It's exactly same as the last time, but still too loud. Is it still too loud, the music? Yeah, last time mouse, today music. Yeah, I don't know what is happening. Okay, mouse, at least I knew what is going on because mouse was clear. Mouse ran out of battery, so this I could understand. But what is going on today with the music? This I don't know. He plays the move bishop on G4. This is normal. This is quite a popular play. So the main line goes with the move c takes d5, but maybe we can play something else. Alright, let's go c takes d5. This is normal because knight takes is the main, and then usually we have this queen on b3. This is theory. We have also this a3 play, but okay, let's go queen on b3. Let's play the main line. Yeah, usually I had the good music. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why what is happening today to the music. So let me turn it off. Let me turn off the music. No music today. No music today. Or after the game, we're gonna restart playing with a sound button. But for the moment, let me turn it off so only I can listen to the music. Actually, I don't understand because it's exactly same as previous times, and now it is not working. Crazy. This is something so weird. Don't understand that. Okay, knight goes back to b6. Normally we play the move d5, so let's go with the move d5, attacking the knight on c6. I believe these positions are probably a little bit better for whites here. Instead of knight on b6, the usual play is the move e6, so this is a little bit unusual to play knight on b6. So yeah, the question if it's good or is it bad for white, this is of course still theory, so there are a lot of games in this position. So this position is approximately equal, I would say. It's not good, it's not bad, it is just equal. Now I think maybe white is doing a little bit better. maybe we can make use out of the current situation that we have this bishop e3 potentially. Let's go maybe bishop e3. I think so. Or bishop f4, also interesting, but I think bishop e3 is looking good. In case he takes, we're gonna take with a knight. In case he takes with a knight on d5, then we have the rook on d1 play. And maybe it's a great position for white, but of course, let's see. I'm not 100%, but it could be a good position for white. But let's see, not sure. Not completely sure if we are doing really that well here, but we have to see what happens next. Quite an interesting position, by the way. Of course, some calculation is needed here to understand exactly what is going on. The question is, of course, queen takes b5. The rest makes no real sense to my understanding, so he has to take. He has to take. There is nothing else. Our opponent is really taking his time. So now he plays completely different style, by the way. The previous game he played so quickly, and the current game he plays so slowly. It's like he is up to extremes, or very, very fast, and then he switches to like super slow. Our opponent is unpredictable regarding his strategy, sometimes super quick, sometimes super slow. Previous game so fast, and this time he is so slow because he basically finished the game with the 7 minutes on the clock. Now we are just moved 13 and he is considering his options. What a difference of play. I'm actually curious, what is he considering? Because in case black is not changing the queens, what else? What else is it? What else can you do here with the black pieces? So very little bit strange, because in case you have just one option, ooh, rook on d8, but this looks ugly. This is a very, very ugly continuation by our opponent. Maybe it's not so bad, but it is very, very ugly. So I would have never played something like this. Even the simple bishop takes b6 is, I guess, providing white with some advantage. So this is strange play. Now we can also go first with a move rook on d1 just to check what is he's going to play next. Many options now for white here. This is not a good play. By the feeling, it doesn't feel like this is a good play by our opponent. So also there is no real threat, but I believe that rook on d1 is looking like a nice option. We have also this long castle like a nice option, by the way. It feels a little bit crazy to castle alongside, but it is not a bad play, so I don't know if I should castle alongside. It's a bit too much, maybe. On the other hand, yeah, it looks also like a good option, so maybe rook on d1, just a safe continuation, and let's see what happens next. Oh, maybe he wants to take knight on c4, but this is better for white. It is going to be a better play for white here. We can do that. We can easily play it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the move rook on d1. So very, very safe. Just in case we are defending the pawn on d5, we still think about taking on b6. We think about taking on d7 first. Then we have the knight on b5 play. So we have many, many different options here how to proceed in this position with the white pieces. With black, as you can see, bishop f8 and the rook on h8 completely out of the game. Knight on c7, yeah, maybe not a horrible play, but it all looks so passive. Of course he wants to get the knight on d6, I do see that, but it's not making the things much better here for black. This position is with a quite big advantage now for white, we can be sure in that. So the next what we should figure out is how to use this kind of advantage. Queen on b3 is looking normal. In case of g6 we have this bishop on d4 play. Is it good or is it not perfect? So it looks like a much better play for white here. So yeah, let's go queen on b3. Hard to imagine that this is a mistake. Queen is doing well, so we could change and get into a better endgame, of course, with the white pieces, but it feels like white to play an endgame here. Alright. By the way, can you hear the music now, or now it's completely gone? Just for me to know, because I'm not sure if you hear the music now. You should not hear the music. Let me know, please, in the chat if you can still hear the music. The music is still... You still hear the music? I turned it off. Okay, something is not good here. After the game, I'm gonna change it, so... Something is not good at all, because I don't know what. Something automatically changed. Okay, after the game, I am going to change it. We will be fixing it, because I thought that there is no more music, and because I turned it off. So this is weird. Alright, let's just stop the music like this. And now no music, and after the game I will be correcting it. So now also for me no music, because I wanted to have some music. Now no music for everyone. What can we do here to win the game? We have this idea here. It's actually a beautiful idea. I think we are winning with this idea, if I'm correct. Let me double check it. I think it is. So we play the move bishop on d4. As you can see, we are attacking the rook on h8. And I don't know if there is a defense now for black. In case of f6, we can just take on f6. And in case of rook g8, I'm gonna push the f button, because we have a beautiful win there. Very, very nice win. Let's see if you can find it. I hope he's going to play the move rook on g8, because it's gonna be so beautiful. Yes, he plays it, so we have the F. Boom! The F. The F is on the board. Please think, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to find the winning continuation here for white. We have a very, very nice and spectacular win for white. Quite unexpected, but it's beautiful. It is just beautiful. So, what can we do here with white to win the game? In 10 seconds, I will be playing the move, so your last chance to write your thoughts here in the chat before I am going to play it. Because we have the time running down, and yeah, sometimes it is actually not a win, even if I think it is a win. We had a couple of funny moments that I thought I'm winning, but actually I just miscalculated things. Of course, can happen. So this time I hope I am correct. The win is to play the move queen on e3. And why is it a win after queen on e3? Because we would like to play knight on f6, and there is no defense. Look at that. Knight f6, it is a checkmate. And how to defend against this checkmate, knight on f6, I think there is just no defense against it. Knight f6 is coming next. And that's it. How to play against knight on f6. Out of nowhere, this idea, queen on e3, I guess, is finishing the game on the spot, because there is no defense against knight f6. So weird, actually, that we are just move 18, and it is so funny that, yeah, there is no defense against this Muthern checkmate or winning the queen, which is similar. I don't think that our guy is gonna play with a queen down, so this is looking like game over. Game over out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't think that black is capable to do something in this position. So our opponent, I guess, is going to resign, because no more chance. Yeah, no more chances left. He just resigns. Knight f6 is unstoppable. That's it. Quite nice, actually. Knight f6. It's a silent threat, but it is enough to win the game. Okay, let's go with the next one. I think I will not play with the music today. I will, for the next time, I'm gonna set it up. I don't know actually what went wrong because I changed nothing, but sometimes in OBS, maybe some update or something. So no music for today's stream. Tomorrow we will be back with music. Okay, we have one more game on Caro-Kann. Actually, it's funny because we played just the Caro-Kann, so I'm gonna play exactly the same so we see the difference. We can compare it. What is the difference to the previous game? So we play exactly the same line. Exactly the same. No difference whatsoever. So we play against c takes d5. What a coincidence that our opponent is playing exactly the same as our previous guy. So we go queen on b straight. For the moment, everything the same. It is exactly the same as the previous game. And of course, let's see what is the difference. Our guy here is starting to think about the moves. It's a bit early to think about the moves. Because if you know it, you're taking it. If you don't know it, usually you're in trouble because you have a wide choice here of options for black. And then you're confused. Should I play the move e6? Should I play the move knight on b6? What actually should I play next? It's yeah, it's exactly the same position. And that's why it's funny. I played exactly the same. Now we have the e6 play. This is the main line, and we will see what he does here. Because if he does the best moves, now for example, he's thinking, so we can be sure that we are most probably, okay, the probabilities, I think like, I don't know, 90% that the guy is not playing by himself. Because he's thinking in position that he doesn't know. Let's say he doesn't know this position. He cannot find the play queen on d7. It is the best play and it is the first line. In case you don't know it, you are not capable of finding it. I mean, like zero chance. So most probably, once again, we are playing a cyborg. What to do? What to do? Next, we should take, I think, here on d5. Let's maybe take on d5. Usually, queen takes is a normal play. So our guy is again thinking, and what is that to think about? ED is just a horrible play. So there is nothing to be considered. Of course, he takes with the queen after some time of thinking. So yeah, we are playing as cyborg. So let's see. Let's see how the game is going to be developing. But it's going to be, again, a very, very difficult game for us. Because these guys are serious. These guys are very, very serious. Of course, still... Oh, king on f7. This is strange play. The king belongs, of course, to the center. But let's see. We have the long castle. So now the pawn on d5 is under attack. And this position is already better here for white. Our guy, I don't know why he played this king on f7. Makes no sense. He did the perfect play prior to that, and now we have this king on f7. Very, very strange. I cannot explain it. Makes no sense. To play perfectly, and to play perfectly like that over the board is almost impossible. So yeah, Grand Miner is asking how many moves of preparation you played in this game. Okay, this is still, except this position, king on f7, this is a mistake. So this is a theoretical position. The line goes on with the move king on e6. This is a theoretical line. And he plays king f7, which is super weird. Now he gives me a check, which is also strange. Now we have a7 hanging and d5 is hanging, so he gives me basically a free pawn after fantastic play, because he didn't know the line and he found all the best moves, and this been difficult moves, not easy moves to play. So he found very, very complex moves, and then he gives me just the pawn and one move. I don't know. This is making no sense to me, because if you're able to find the best moves in a complex position, then usually you're not giving a pawn for free. And yeah, now the pawn on d5 is just falling. So very strange play by our guy here. I don't know. This is making no sense to me. He wants to change the bishop here, so we are of course taking the pawn on d5. Now we have a rook game, and this rook game is a very difficult rook game for black, because we have here the extra pawn, which is usually giving enough advantage. He just resigns. What? He just resigns. I don't understand. Okay, very weird player. Just resigns, being pawn down. I don't know what is wrong with the guy, so let's just block the guy so we are not playing him again, because this is just super weird. I don't like to play against weird players. Also to resign. Okay, pawn down, fight. Rook games, you have strong tendency towards a draw. Why to resign? I don't understand it. This is making no sense. Yes, super weird guy, so it's better not to play him again. That's why we are just blocking, and that's it. So we'll be not facing him once again. Next game, immediately here with a King's Indian defense. Let's see how the game is gonna be developing. Knight on f3, short castle. We have the King's Indian with the move h3. Let's go with the move e5, one of the main continuations. d5, knight goes here to c5 very quickly. All of that is well known. All of that is so often played by very many chess players. Now b4 is the usual idea, so we're avoiding it by playing the move a5, quite crucial. g4, ooh, I don't know. g4 idea is a good idea, but after knight on f3, g4 looks a bit weird, because usually we see g4 without the move knight on f3, or knight on f3 without the move g4. Our guy, he wants to have both. I don't know if this is a great idea. So we are starting our counter with the move c6, which is normal. Now we take on d5. Again, very typical play. And now let's see, can we do something evil on the c file? We have different options to play this position. We have the simple option, knight on d7, but I think we can maybe choose to play something a bit more complex here. Maybe we have options like bishop on d7, so of course I see that e5 pawn is gonna fall, but I think we're gonna get a great compensation for it. So bishop d7 was the idea, rook on c8 is very possible. The same as with the move a4 and queen on a5 next, so we are going for this kind of very dynamic play with the black pieces. So bishop d7 or a4 with the most dynamic play. Maybe bishop d7, he's gonna play the move a4 by himself. Then I get the knight on e8 and knight on d6, which is still, in my view, a good position for black. I don't know what is better, to play the move a4 or bishop d7. Let me play the move bishop d7 purely according to my feeling. So he takes very quickly, and he plays the move a4 exactly as we predicted. Also, the guy is playing bullet with us. So he is just playing bullet chess, and obviously this is not theory, so he just plays bullet. Why not? Why not to play the bullet chess? So he continues playing bullet. Now it gets a little bit strange. Too many bullet moves. Maybe he wants to do long castle next. Is it possible? Maybe. So I can, of course, block everything by playing knight on d6. He's gonna play the move knight on c4. Position of black is perfectly fine, but I don't know if I'm doing better. We have the bishop h6 idea. It looks like a good position for black, so yeah, let me play the move knight on d6. He plays knight on c4 as we expected, and I will be taking on c4. And next I will be having this bishop here on h6, so we are preventing the long castle for the guy. Let's see what happens next. Bishop on b5, very strong positional play by our guy at tempo. Wow. I don't know what to say. Slowly, I start to think that something is a bit wrong here. To play quickly, it's alright, but to play quickly and very strong, I don't know. let's see, of course, how the game is going to be developing. For the moment, I think we have an interesting position here. I should prevent this d6 play, so I don't give him the d6. Who is doing better? We are getting ready and at some point to play the move f5. This is going to be very, very dangerous, of course, for white here with the king. On the other hand, he's getting ready to play a knight on b5, followed by the move d6. And also this is, like, not so pleasant. Wow, very interesting game. Maybe bishop on d7 first. Bishop on b5, played immediately. Immediately by the guy without any hesitations. Unbelievable player. What is that? What is he doing to us? But he plays, I mean, he plays quite well. It's not like it is a bad play. So I think we should come back because I don't want to change the bishops. And now he starts to think. So he starts to think to crush me or not to crush me. Finally, he decides, all right, let's make a draw and let's play on a little bit here. So I will be putting the queen finally there to h4. And let's see if we can push again the king on e1. But our guy here, yeah, he doesn't need time. It's very good to play chess when you are very, very sure about what to play next. Nice. Let's go. Rook on d8. I don't know if this is looking actually good for white, because it starts to look, I don't know, very dangerous in my opinion for our opponent. Still the king on e1. Now, of course, I understand the pawn on d6 is a dangerous pawn, but we can play the move bishop c6 and just winning the pawn on d6 next. I don't know. I don't know what is the idea of our guy. Probably there is some idea. He continues with this bishop on c4, bishop on b5, there and back. Well, maybe not a bad idea. Still, bishop on b5, not a bad idea at all. So, interesting. What can I do here? Because I don't know if he can take it. I have this queen f3 somewhere. So maybe bishop on c6. He's gonna take. He's gonna play the move d7, and I'm gonna play. I have this play here. Is it time? Is it time to play the move queen on f3? Maybe. Maybe it's time to play queen on e3, but maybe not, so not sure. I am not 100% sure. I mean, it's a good play. This is not bad, but it feels like maybe we have even something better than this, but not sure. Maybe actually this bishop on c8 is also very good, because in case he takes, I will be playing queen on f3. He moves somewhere. I'm gonna take the pawn on e4, but he takes the pawn on e5, f6. Yeah, not sure. I am not 100% sure. What should we do next here? Maybe queen on f3, or the problem is that he plays this, and what is my next play? If I take the pawn, I mean, I can. Looks strange. Looks very, very strange. It should be a good position for black, just I don't know how. Okay, let's go. Let's go with the move queen on f3, because probably it is the correct way of playing. And next we will be thinking what we can do. I'm not 100% sure that we are actually better, but let's hope we are. Our guy here is playing so quick. I don't know how he's able to see all the complications within a couple of seconds. What a genius. What a genius player. Too strong for us. We are spending much more time, but maybe we are lucky with the position. Let's see, of course, how the game is going to develop. What do we have in the chat? Let me check, by the way, how many likes we have so far. Just 40 likes, so little. What is going on with the likes? You're not enjoying the comments. Why no likes? Please push the like button, and of course, in case you're not yet subscribed to us, Join VChess for educational chess content. So, our opponent, for the first time, is thinking more than just 1 second before playing something. That's already an achievement here for black. This is our biggest achievement so far because position still remains, of course, very, very unclear. So I don't know who is doing better here. It might be white, might be black. Everything is possible in this position, but our achievement is that he thinks rook on f1. Why to put the rook so passive and not the rook on g1? Hard to say. Maybe we will be just taking the pawn here on h3. I guess he's gonna take the bishop probably, or he wants to take the pawn on c5. I don't know what he wants. He takes the pawn on c5, and probably we should continue taking the pawn. So I will be taking the pawn on g4. We have the idea of queen takes e4. This is simple, and in case he gives me check, I wanted to go back with the bishop, so bishop on g7. As you can see, the bishop is absolute monster. So I think black is doing better now. I don't believe in positions with a king on e1 in a long term. Just, it was so confusing because the guy is playing instantly, like instantly, 1 second per move. And yeah, now that he is thinking much longer, he started also to play much worse, because actually he played a very, very good game when he played this 1 second, 1 move. Now that, yeah, he's thinking, he got much worse. How is it possible? Is it possible? Maybe this is the way I should be asking this question. So, what do we have at the board? We have equal amount of pawns, but we have the great bishop, so the bishop can take the pawn on b2. Theoretically, the king is still here on e1, so this is a horrible king there. Maybe is it time just to take the pawn, because we can? I don't know. I don't know if I should take the pawn. It looks like a good play, so maybe. Why not? No. Let's just eat. Eat is usually the right approach. To be hungry in a chess game is a good idea. So, let's be hungry. Rook on d3. He defends from a direct checkmate, but I think we're doing better here. I have the feeling that we are doing very well here. We have this bishop on e6 because the knight is so annoying there. I don't know how to get rid of the knight. We should have a way to do that, just I don't know how to do that. Maybe this move here is a good play. I think it should give us some advantage. On the other hand, it's not a must play. So do we have something better that we're capable of doing? We have this queen f4. It's also very interesting. I think we might win the pawn on d6. But I don't know, this king on e2 afterwards. He's gonna take king on e2. Not so easy, actually. Not so easy. So how can we win the game? Not so easy. I think maybe bishop on c6. I like it more. Or bishop on e6 is the question. But I think I should get rid of his bishop on b5. This is such an annoying bishop. So I would like to provoke the guy to take on c6. I think this is a must play. I don't know why he is thinking about it, because this is just the only way to play with white. Yeah, this is, again, such a strange opponent. There is nothing else. Before, he did moves 1 second per move. Literally 1 second playing great chess. And then queen is under attack. I mean, what else do you want to play except taking the bishop? There is theoretically nothing else. So, or you take or you resign. Why to think? This is insane. It makes no sense. It makes just no sense. My idea was to play the move bishop on e5. This is what I wanted. So now we're attacking the pawn on d6. And in case the knight goes away, we are going to play this rook on c8. So we are pushing. We are pushing in this position for A win, obviously, with the black pieces. The king is on e1, but our opponent is so weird. I cannot understand like anything that he's doing. For example, the move d7, what is that? Because he gives us to take on c7. This is crazy. Why is he doing that? Maybe I'm missing something, but I really don't understand his play. We are taking now the pawn here on e4. And next we're gonna take the pawn on d7, and it is going to be just a resignation. So let's maybe take one more pawn here on a4. It makes no sense, literally. This is making no sense at all what our guy is doing, so... Now he just goes back, so he gave me the pawn just like that. Why not? Indeed, why not to give a pawn? Next, we should be winning, so how to give a checkmate to the guy? Let me think a little bit here, so we have to activate the rook, but this is a win or not? I cannot see so quickly, so let me give a check first. And I thought I can go rook on e8, but I cannot, so I will be giving another check here. I should play way, way faster. I thought I'm winning with this rook e8, but it was not winning, so this is a bad luck for me. Let's advance. Let's advance. What is that? I have the check here. He resigns. Very, very strange opponent. Cannot understand the way he plays. In the beginning, unbelievably strong and fast. Playing basically bullet against us. And then he is falling apart. So, very strange. Let's go immediately with the next game. So, let's see who is going to be our next opponent. In case you're enjoying my comments so far, push the like button. We are 1 hour stream and only 67 likes. Well, I understand. I'm not as attractive as some beautiful ladies, but still some likes should be possible. And of course, in case you see some value in the streams, subscribe. Consider becoming a member here on VChess. We have a great community. We have great guys in the chat. Everything is very friendly, so it makes fun to be here. And this is the idea. This is the main idea that we have. Just that we have a channel where we try to become a little bit better every day as a chess player. And of course, we try to have some fun. That's why we need a good community for it. As simple as that. So, our guy is again playing so fast. What is going on with him? How is it possible? This kind of ultra fast play, like I don't know, even if I would want to play as fast as him, maybe I could not, because I don't know how he is doing that. This is actually still theory, so the position is normal. This is absolutely normal play. h6, interesting. This is not the main, so h6 is against the move bishop on g5. Of course, it makes sense. But maybe we can get now to the c5 pawn. So let's see, we have this kind of knight on e5 idea somewhere. Maybe actually not a bad idea. We have the a4 first, then he's gonna play the move b4. We have d4, c4, knight on c5. Is it better? Who knows? Difficult to say if this is actually better. So we have also bishop on f4 followed by the move knight on e5, which is also not a bad idea. We have quite a big choice, but I like this bishop on e3 because I don't see how he wants to proceed after it. Let's go with the move bishop on e3. I'm just attacking the pawn on c5, and what is the defense here for black? To play c4, I get the knight on d4, and yeah, I think white is doing better. So to play the move d4 to open the bishop, this is looking not like a great decision for our opponent. So, what else? To defend the pawn on c5, but knight on d7 looks also ugly. He finally decides to play the move c4, but now we will be doing better. So, knight gets to d4. We are attacking the knight and the pawn on b5, and white is good here. Alright, alright, alright. So, knight takes on d4. The pawn on b5 is under attack. We have a beautiful knight here on d4. White is doing slightly better. Not a big advantage actually, but it is a slight advantage. And since, yeah, why do I have my earphones? Because we are not listening to any more. No music, no music. So I don't need the earphones. Bishop on d7. All right. He tries to stay solid. Makes absolute sense. We have here the long diagonal, so a4 is possible. Maybe a4. Maybe also we have this bishop takes h6 somewhere. Well, I don't know. I don't know. We have a couple of nice options. Maybe just to play solid is the best decision. So we have also this queen on f3 idea. Just to develop the piece. Let's see what happens next. Why not? Looks also pretty normal. What should I do here? What should I play here? Maybe just the most solid. Let's go queen on d2. To develop a piece cannot be a bad idea in most of the cases. So we get the queen a little bit into the game. We are connecting the rooks here. And let's see what happens next. Bishop on c5. Very strange play. I don't understand the idea of our guy. If he takes, he's doing clearly worse. We can force knight on e6, so we get the bishop pair by force, which is clearly better for white. We can also force somehow else, more or less the same. This is really, really not a good play. Now we should go with maybe knight on c6 is the best play. How do you like that? What do you think, guys, about the move knight on c6? I like it very much here. It's gonna be a clear plus for white. We should put the knight. The question is only where. Maybe c6, yeah. This looks like the best, but he's gonna take and... Ooh, this is bad, not working. I thought it works, but it doesn't. He takes first, yeah. We cannot do that. We cannot play it. We have to change our idea. So we have knight on f5, but then it's better maybe first to take and then play the move knight on f5. This is making sense. So I will be taking first, or should I not take first? Difficult to say. I think I should take first. So he's gonna take as well with the b pawn, and now my idea is to play this knight on f5. We can also play first rook on d1 with the idea bishop takes h6. Also looks better for white. I don't know. Should I go for this bishop h6? But this knight f5 is just giving us a clear advantage, so maybe there's no need for something else. Is it a clear advantage, by the way? Maybe he takes with the bishop. Yeah, it should be better, but it's not like much better, so this is a little better. Only a little better. In case we go rook to d1, he will play rook e8. We can go b3 or b4. This is also a little better, so I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's go with the move knight to f5. It feels safe. Like a for sure plus equal. Because probably he has to take. And then we're gonna take there. So we have the bishop pair. And we have the beta structure. This should be a plus equal position in most of the cases. In case he is going to take now on e3. Yes, he does it. So we are taking with a knight. And as you can see, we have the pressure on the d5 pawn. And we make the pressure now even bigger by playing the move rook on d1. d5 might fall. And in case the d5 pawn is falling, then we have a rook endgame in most of the cases with an extra pawn. I don't know if it's going to be enough to win the game, but we will be doing better. He plays rook on b8. This is normal to attack the pawn on b2. In most of the cases, I should play the move b3. Maybe first queen on d4, then b3, but there is this queen on a5, so yeah. b3 first, b3 first. That's alright. And should we take with the a pawn or is a c pawn? Both is possible. Not an easy decision, once again, yeah. That's tricky because in case we take with the a pawn, then a7 is a quite a big weakness, actually. In case we take with the c pawn, he has to play knight on e4. Queen goes here, queen a5, so there's a little trick by the guy. So maybe I will be taking with a pawn. So we get the queen here and rook here. Rook on b5, wow. Also so quickly played by the guy. He allows me to go c4 somewhere. This looks so dangerous, but yeah, maybe not a bad idea. Let's see, of course. Should I play this c4 play, cd? It's a nasty position for black, but maybe I have something better, so I can play just a calm play with queen on d4. He's gonna play queen b6. This endgame is better for white, so we can go for the endgame. We can go for the endgame, or we can go for a little bit more complex play after the move c4. So we have to decide. I like this queen on d4 a lot, because knight is so beautiful on e3, attacking the pawn on d5, simultaneously defending the pawn on c2. So knight is doing two things at once. We are doing clearly better here with the white pieces. So we are pushing endgame as expected. So we are going for this endgame. He takes a b. All right, interesting, because I thought he is not gonna take a b, but he took a b. Now next is rook a8, maybe, or knight on e4, maybe, but the rook is so badly there. So I think I should go rook on d4. I think maybe this idea b4, he sees it immediately. Oh, but what a player. What a player. He sees everything instantly. I don't know if I should go for the d pawn or should I go for the positional play. Maybe positional play is better. So now we're dominating on the a file. We would like to play this rook on b4 somewhere. Rook on c8. So the idea is to take on c2, or he wants to give us the exchange and try to escape. Perhaps this is what he wants, so let me go first with the move a3, just to be very safe. If now he wants to sacrifice, please do so, no problem. As you can see, position of black is very difficult here. Now, without jokes, it's so hard to play this position with the black pieces, because we are just gonna get the king on d2 next, and then something is going to fall. It's hard to keep everything here alive for black. We have the knight on e3. What a beautiful knight. Defending the pawn on c2 and simultaneously attacking the pawn on d5. So, monster. Knight here is a monster. This is what gives to white this kind of advantage. No counterplay for black. Black has to suffer here to achieve a draw, and it's going to be difficult. So, this is difficult. We are controlling the a file, which is also very important, so a lot of advantages. This endgame is a difficult endgame for black. Of course, it is not a win, so let's see how the game is gonna go, but we are on a good way currently to win the current game. We have king on f8, not sure what is the plan, so maybe let's attack the pawn on b6 just to see what is gonna be his reaction here. How is he going to save the pawn on b6? To play rook b8 is looking ugly. He plays rook c6. He gives us the c4 continuation. Why to do that? Why is he giving me the pawn c4 play? Maybe there is some genius, something behind it, but I don't see it. So I think I'm going to play the move c4 because I don't understand that. So c4 played. c4 played. All right. Let's see what happens next. We have still 2 minutes 30 on the clock, of course. This could be a little more, but it should be enough in most of the cases. Our guy starts to think in position where it might be already a little bit difficult to play rook c6, for example, very quickly. Wow, what is this? What is he doing? He just gave me exchange for nothing. Wow, this is a bit surprising, I would say. Why is he doing that? He gave me a full exchange for nothing. Strange. This is really strange. Now the knight is here, so I think we can give him this little check here. King goes here, and the little pin on the 7th rank. Just exchange up for nothing. He continues the fight with a move king on e8. Let's go with the move g4 just to avoid all the tricks. Knight on d6 I think is not running away from us, so we can enjoy the current game. Now I think knight on d6 check is looking good because he gave us this a 5 square for free. So let's give him the check on f5. That's it. That's it, I guess. Is he going to continue the fight or he's going to resign? He continues. All right, what can I say? If he likes to play with the position with a piece down, we can play it. Now he starts to think, maybe a bit too late? Is it a bit too late? He thinks no, he is all right. Look at this knight here. So let me give him a check. Take the pawn. He tries to play quickly. What a fighter. What a fighter. This is difficult for black. Piece down for free. Let's advance. Let's advance slowly, slowly. We have no rush here. Let's play this one. Let's play this one. How do you like it? Is it not a moment of a complete domination here by the white pieces? Is it not nice? So let's see if he's going to fight here till the very checkmate, or maybe he's gonna resign prior to that. No, he is not gonna resign prior to that, but it gets a bit difficult, I think, for the guy to play this position. Oh, interesting. Just for fun? Wow. Now he resigns. Yeah, amazing player. So we will be also blocking this amazing player. So he is not gonna waste more time for nothing. Let's go immediately with the next game. As you can see, step by step, we are converting our advantages. No rush whatsoever. And this is only what I can advise to all of you. Don't rush the things. Chess needs patience. Chess needs patience. In case you are impatient, you might give your chance. You might give some chances to your opponent. So be patient. Enjoy the game. Now we're playing Caro-Kann with the black pieces. And maybe our guy is going for exactly the same line that we played today with the white. I'm just curious. Yeah, exactly the same. Okay, let's go bishop g4 just for fun. Oh, here comes the difference. This would be amazing. It would be 3 games exactly on the same position. It would be just shocking, no? You ever had something like this? Like 3 games in the same position? I think it happens so rarely. This would be so funny. All right, we have the move bishop on e2 played. This is also a normal play, of course, by white. We can play this one, or we can play e6. I don't know what we should do here. Let's go e6, a little bit more safer option here. So he takes, he plays also so quickly. Why everyone plays so quickly? All of our opponents, they seem to know something that I don't. Because I don't think it is a great idea to play so quickly. Usually it is not helping at all. And like at all. Let's see. Queen on b3. Wow. Queen on b3. We are playing against Joe Kasparov, by the way. Very big name. Very, very big name by our opponent. What we should play next here, by the way. We can play this knight on b6. This is normal. We can also castle. This is also normal. I'm not sure that he can take the pawn on b7. Looks a little bit risky. Maybe he can. Not sure. Maybe. Maybe not. Not sure. Let's go with a short castle. He cannot scare us with nothing. Not gonna work. Not going to work. Now he takes on d5, so I will be taking now with the queen, I think. This is the best. Yeah, it is the best. And once again, we have the endgame. He's gonna go for the endgame, it's almost sure. But this endgame is completely equal, so we will be trying to outplay our opponent step by step in this endgame. Let's see. Let's see if this is going to work. Queen on b7. No, what is the guy doing? Now we have the f. We have the f. Boom. I give you... now we have 8 minutes on the clock. I give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds for you guys to find the next move here by black. We have a beautiful continuation. So, black to play. Write down your answers in the chat. Black to play. So, what can we do here with the black pieces? I will be playing the move within the next 5 seconds because it's already 30 seconds gone. And the next move here by black is to take on d4. Look at that. Knight takes on d4. In case he takes with the queen, we have intermediate play. Knight takes e2, check. In case he takes the bishop, the same. So, queen under attack. That's it, basically. Black is already winning in this position. Queen takes b7, a horrible mistake by our opponent. And yeah, what can we do here except saying thank you. For those of you who saw this, knight takes d4, that's nice. Little tactics, but still, knight takes d4, not so easy, not so easy. Okay, now our guy, Joe Kasparov, starts to think about the position. And indeed, position is not looking good here for Joe Kasparov, our opponent. Maybe it would be better to think a little bit more before taking on b7. I don't know why everyone, as we can see, plays so quickly in the opening. Guys are playing so fast, then they have a lost position, then they start to think, but it is too late. Always the same. Always the same. How many games we had now exactly this happening? Very, very quick play by our opponent. Then eventually a blunder. Then the people are thinking. Then they play. And then they resign. So always the same. Always the same. So we will be taking on f3. Very simple solution here. We are grabbing the pawn on f3. So black is a pawn up. Plus we have, of course, a very, very good position. So long run, this position must be a win for black. Queen, we have pawn more. Weak position of the king. Now potentially we can give a checkmate somewhere there. Maybe bishop on d6 was potential checkmate. So it's not only that white is a pawn down, but as well, white's position is just bad, so it's like 2 in 1. Bad position, minus a pawn, not looking good. In case you have some questions, please do write your questions in the chat. In case I see your question, I will be answering it. In case not, we have good guys here in the chat who are for sure available to your questions, to most of your questions. Queen on c4, try to change the queen's idea is correct, but the problem, it doesn't help much. This is a problem of the white player here. Maybe even to play bishop on f6, not a bad idea, just to target the b2 pawn, so we're gonna win some extra material there. On the other hand, just this simple rook on b8 is also looking so powerful, so hard to say what is better. Maybe just a simple play, rook on b8. Why not? We are targeting the pawn, we are targeting the rook on b4 play, and with white, queen on f4, I can even take the pawn on b2, so it's gonna be 2 pawns more. 2 pawns is usually an easy win. So queen on c7, our opponent rethinks his strategy. He wants to get the queen on g3, but now I can also rethink my strategy and I can play the move rook on b4. So take a look at that. The rook is getting to g4, and this is a checkmate. This is a checkmate. It is over. So yeah, it is over here. All right, all right. There is, I think, no way to escape here. I like the question very much in the chat. Do you have a roadmap to learning chess systematic and building right thoughts and analysis for free? And in best case, also free online lessons. And please, as the last term, it is ice cream. A free ice cream in the end of all this systematic learning would be the best. So queen takes h3. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's win the current game. Our opponent is trying. He's trying to defend with the move bishop on f4. We have rook on g4 coming next. It's gonna be a game over soon. But we have, of course, to finish the game. So how to finish this game? We have already so many pawns more. We can also take the pawn on b2 in case we want. But it feels like we should be able to give a checkmate. So here we should go for a checkmate. How to deliver checkmate? In case we give a check, there is bishop on g3. So this is not a checkmate. In case we go g5, he still goes bishop g3, and still it is not a checkmate. So how to give a checkmate here? Maybe something like bishop on h4, but there is really nothing else. It feels like we should have some easy checkmate here. Just I cannot find it. Maybe bishop on g5 is actually nice. Bishop on g3, we go rook on g4, followed by bishop on f4. Yeah, this is a win. This is quite a nice win, by the way. So we are executing this. I think bishop on g5. Bishop has to go back because there is nothing else. And then we're gonna get the rook on g4 and play bishop f4. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is nice. This is how I like it. Bishop on g5, quite a good execution. So again, we have to take our time. There is no rush to find the most precise play. It takes you some time. Of course, there are so many ways to win the game, but you sort of search for a win that fits you best. Some people do it by some kind of force play. Some other people do it by positional play. Somebody says, let me convert it into a winning endgame because I'm so confident in my endgames. So there can be always a different concept. But I would always advise you, take your time. There is no rush. So take your time, make up your strategy and execute your strategy. So Now I'm executing my strategy. I have the rook on g4. I have the idea of bishop on f4, taking the queen on c7, and obviously I'm gonna take on g3 and just checkmate there. Plus, if everything for some reason doesn't work, I will be playing the move h5 and h4. So we have like several ways of playing this position for a win. Now I think is bishop on f4 the easiest way, or to play this move h5 and h4. With bishop on f4, we are winning the queen because he has to give the queen. This is obviously a winning position. But also to play the move h5 is looking like a winning position. So maybe even more simple is to play the move h5. We are making, just in case, this king h7 somewhere. Of course, we don't need it, but h4 is coming next. So yeah. All right. h4 is coming next. There is, I think, no defense, so we can expect our opponent to resign right now because no hopes left. No hopes left. That's it, I think. That's it from the game. All right. We will be finishing now the game, and we're gonna start immediately the new game, so stay here with us for some more chess action. Let me read the comments in the chat for a while. Where are our members? So silent today, the members. Also, where is Alexander? He's usually in the evenings here with us. Maybe just the beginning of the week. Yeah, could be. So, h4. We are proceeding with exactly as we said. We can take here on g3, of course. And we still have the bishop f4 option, which we can play right now. Attacking the queen, and rook takes g3 is coming next, so it is. That's it, I think. Oh, I see Alexander. He is here. Today morning, I watched the tree and fell asleep. Oh, Alexander. So boring. So boring. Chess is just so boring. Well, could be, yeah. Actually, today morning, David was on the stream. So, Grandmaster Shengelia, he's a friend of mine, very, very good guy. Also, a very successful chess coach. We looked today at the game of Nepomniachtchi against Niemann at this match that is going on in Belgrade. Actually, the match finished 4-4. The last two games are horrible of the match. I don't know what happened. Maybe the guy's been too tired, or hard to say, but the game's been really, really low level for top chess players of the world, missing wins in one move, etc., etc. So, okay, the next game. Let's go. Let's go with the next game. Let's play solid c6 and bishop g4. Now I'm gonna play like ultra solid with the black pieces. e6. We have here the pawn wall. We get quickly the knight on d7. He's also playing very quickly. Everyone is playing very quickly. Now we have to think a little bit because a3 is so unusual. Why is he doing that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe let's try to play something funny. h5. It's not a bad play, by the way. This is not like horrible play, and I'm just joking. No, it is actually not so bad to play the move h5, because our idea next is to go knight on e4, so this is the key, and next we're gonna play the move f5, so we're building this kind of stone wall structure, and h5 is obviously very, very useful, because now he can never take the bishop on g4. So this move h5 is not a bad play, so it's not like really I'm joking with the guy and I would play any kind of random nonsense. This is objectively not a bad play. Okay, we have the move knight on e5. This is strange because he is allowing us to take on e5, so I'm gonna do it. I'm taking on e5, he's gonna take with the pawn, I will be taking with a knight, and the knight is getting to d3, so we can also take first on e2, then get a knight on d3 in both cases. Black is almost winning here, I guess. So let's take with a knight on e5. I'm not afraid of this endgame. The bishop on c1 is doing nothing, and yeah, it seems to be game over, objectively speaking. Of course, our opponent is maybe capable of fighting in this position a little bit, but maybe not too much. So we're taking, of course, on e2. Let's go with the move queen on d3. This is kind of play that I like a lot because it gives to our opponent zero counterplay. This is crucial. This is crucial to give no counterplay. Yeah, Alexander, of course, I was just joking. Alexander, sometimes I'm joking. Maybe not in a very funny way, but yeah. Of course, surely, I understand. And here we will push not only the F, but we will also push the T. Look at that. Boom! That's funny, no? How do you like the T? I play chess live. He taught us this T. I don't know if it works. Yeah, it works. Even if the game is not going on, it still works. Of course, queen on d1 with a checkmate. So yeah, this very, very quick game. Too quick, I think. So let's go for the next game. Ernesto is asking, is this reversed London? It was not reversed London, but it was more Slav structures. So we had a Slav structure, not exactly London. Next game, let's go with the move e4. No more Caro-Kann opening. And we played so many games on the Caro-Kann today, white and black today. Evening is the stream of Caro-Kann. Caro-Kann opening, we have the move d6. After some thinking by our opponent, he plays the move d6. So let's go with the move d4. When I was younger, it was so popular to play this d4. Now computers completely refuted the line left and right. So nobody plays it anymore, but still, we can try to play it. And as you can see, I'm also playing very, very quickly. I am learning from my opponents. They think they are fast. We can be faster. Of course, I'm joking. I am joking. This is still theory, and the usual idea is to play this knight on d2, followed by the move knight on c4. Actually, quite a tricky idea. This knight on d2 without knight on c3. Looks weird, I agree, but it is not bad. Bishop on c6, what is that? In case we go knight on c4, what happens? I don't know. So let's go knight on c4, I think. Next is he takes on e4. What a genius. How is it working? Wow. I think this is, by the way, still theory, but he plays over the board. This is amazing, because this is the best. This is computer line number 1. Also, bishop f6, he sought for a little bit. Let's see who we are playing, actually, because at the moment, the guy is playing like a machine. Like a machine. I think this is, by the way, still theory, everything. Rook on d1 is also theoretical play. I'm just wondering, this is a complete sightline of a sightline. How to know a sightline of her sightline? This is special, so knight on e5. My idea is to be active here. I'm not allowing the guy to play the short castle because of this rook on d7. I mean, knight on d7, the fork. So, this position, maybe a little bit better for white, but this is a big maybe. This is more or less an equal game. Just I'm wondering how he plays all of that, because this is, there's been a game like that, I remember many years ago. I played this, I think, even with white pieces, so not sure, but maybe. Let's see what is going to be his next play. We are trying not to allow the guy to castle short side, so our idea is very primitive. Just not to give the short castle. What could be more simple? And his idea should be to castle, of course. Queen on f5 looks like a good play, according to my feeling, but we have this rook on d7. Then he wants to play bishop f6. Wow, if this is the first line of an engine, then we are for sure playing a cyborg once again, because this is unbelievable if this is working. Maybe it is working. Too strong. Too strong. What can I say? Now, how to deal with this? Because it feels like we're maybe a little bit better with the white pieces. Also, I don't understand why not to take the pawn, castle, rook on d7. I don't know. I will be taking the pawn on c4 because I don't see the refutation of that. So I'm taking on c4. Maybe, again, this is not the best, but I don't see. If his idea was short castle, so he should play the short castle quickly, of course. He's thinking about what is he thinking. If his idea is not short castle and he can hold the position, he is a genius. He is just a genius, because short castle, there is rook on d7. And I think I'm taking the bishop, I'm attacking the pawn on b7. So this is gonna be better for white. I don't see how to save the pawn on b7. And in case now with black you are not castling short side, I don't know what to play. So he is castling short side. We play according to our plan. Rook on d7, attacking here the bishop on e7, and we are going to win the pawn on b7. Is it better for white? Normally yes, because we're a pawn up. Why it should be not better for white should be the question, and I don't know. I don't understand the play once again by our opponent. He played very, very quickly in the beginning of the game. This bishop c6 followed by the move bishop takes e4. This has been the best. And this queen f5 also looked very, very good. But now he is thinking. He's taking a lot of time. So a little bit strange play. Let's see. Let's see. Let's win the pawn on b7. And later we will be thinking what to play next. Okay. I see that we have 2 for 50 trash player rapid with a comment. This is a drawing sideline though. How do you know that this is a drawing sideline? This is crazy, because people like to give opinions about something that they literally have no idea. So, how to know that this is a drawing sideline? Who knows it? I think if somebody knows it, this guy is not with us here in the chat. Impossible. Impossible to know such a line. So, of course, we are doing now slightly better, I believe, with the white pieces. We have to think if we are playing the move knight on e3, b5. By the way, he found a defense, but we are still able to take on e7, because why not? So we are taking on e7. He is going probably to take our knight, and we will be taking here the pawn on c4. And I don't see how to win the pawn back. In case of rook on c8, we have rook c7. So he is not winning the pawn back. He doesn't care about the pawn. Well, all right. This is also interesting. Just not to care. So pawn more for white. We are doing better. Still not an easy position here. Not so easy to win this kind of positions, but white, of course, is doing better. Next, we should be cautious. Some endgame would be great, but maybe there's this kind of the rook on c8 coming next. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, all right. So let's see. Maybe we should just get the rook here to the free file. Is it enough to win the game? Because I'm just a little bit scared that he's gonna win some pawn back potentially, but this rook on d1 is looking good. Hard to imagine that this is a mistake. Maybe it is not the best, but Okay, let's go. Rook on d1 feels good. We're aiming for this rook on d7. Let me read the comment. Yeah, I see comment by Narrative Combat. This is a drawing sideline. Yeah, of course not. So, of course not. This is a playable play, and again, drawing sideline. This is only for very high level chess, and obviously we're not playing here very high level chess because neither me or my opponent is very high level anymore. So drawing line is only for the guys that we're watching sometimes live playing, but not for us average guys. For us average guys, drawish line doesn't exist. Should we put this rook here or the rook from the 7th? I don't know. Maybe let's put the rook here from the e-file. Even though, maybe not. Maybe. Let's go here. That seems to be okay. I think I'm not getting checkmated at the moment on the first rank. So that's alright. If we control the d-file, I believe then we should be doing very well in the current position. So maybe one more move left, b3, a3, and that's it, because the endgames are going to be winning here for white in most of the cases, because we have the b pawn and the c pawn running. So yeah. Okay. He takes the rook on d7, rook takes back, queen on e5, double attack against b2 pawn and queen on e1, but this is not a real threat because we have the move queen on f1. This is good. So what we need to do here is to defend the pawn on b2, but how to defend the pawn? Not so easy, by the way, to defend here the pawn on b2, so we can go with the move c3, but I don't like this c3 so much. To play rook on b7, also not looking great. To play the move b3, he's gonna give me check. Wow, how to defend the pawn? I messed up the position. Did I make a mistake? This seems to be like almost only move, but this is not good. This is not what I like to play here. But what else? What else can we do here? We have only this queen on c3, but this rook in game is just a draw. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. We have this queen on b4 idea, but is it working? Because again, there might be some trick. Queen goes here. I go queen on d2. So rook on b8. I go back. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I messed it up. I messed it up. What a pity, because we've been so close to win the game, and now it's gonna be not easy. So maybe I have to play the move c3. I don't see something better. That's pity. That's a pity. Okay, it's a still better position for white, but I could have won the game. I could have won the game. c3, rook on b8, b3, check, take. I take a6, but this is probably enough counterplay for black by the feeling, but maybe not. So let's see. Let's see if we can play the move c3. It's gonna be eventually a little bit better for white, but not 100%, so it might be just equal. c3. I don't see a better chance for white in this position. Yeah, this is terrible what I did. This was really bad in almost a winning position. Now it's gonna be so difficult to win the game. Now we need to be a little bit lucky here. This was not great, yeah. b3, this is an idea that I had. I understand there is a check coming, so I will be playing here, and next I'm gonna grab the pawn, so this is what I wanted. Ah, he has queen on a1. I didn't see that. I didn't see the queen a1 idea, so I have to play the move g3. Maybe Yeah, g3 is sort of must play. I didn't see this queen a1. Bad calculation, bad game in general. Yeah, this is not a great play. This is not a great play. Okay, let's see. Let's play this position a little bit. In case we get some queen endgame, maybe queen endgame is some chances, but not so big, of course, but maybe little chances. So let's go here. We have to be lucky here to get even some chances to play for a win. It is, of course, an equal position here, so this is obvious, but white is doing like, I don't know, 50.1 versus 49.9. With a normal play, this position should be a draw, but white is pushing like a little bit because we have the better structure. So some queen endgame might be better here for white. And this is what I think I have to hope for. Queen endgame is the only way to play this position for a win. We have this queen on d6 somewhere, so we're a little bit more active, but it's not enough to win the game. This is a problem. To be a little bit more active is not enough. That's why we have to hope for his mistake. He plays queen on c6. Very weird play. Don't understand this like at all. Why to play this? This is really strange, so let me give him the check. So, and let me take the pawn. This is really strange play. Why is he giving me the pawn on a5? Cannot understand it. So here is a must play. And we can play the move f3, but I think it's safer to play this one. Is it? Or f3. f3, not sure. King here, possible. But this is, I think, not a win, so we should do something else. Okay, let's go here. Obviously, this position is much better for white, because all we need is just a pawn, so we don't care about the rest. He can take b3, I don't care. The a pawn is gonna be a queen. That's why this position is a much better position here for white, but this is still not an easy win, so let's go here. Soon the a pawn is gonna be starting to run, and then it should be a game over, but of course, let's see how the game is gonna go. I go here with the king. Still some checks left, or he's out of checks. He should be out of checks very soon. We go here. Is he out of checks? I think he is. Queen gets back to the defense. And now we should be winning here, I think. Let's go here. Yeah, no more checks. No more checks for our friend. This is, of course, a winning position now for white. So a4, a5, that's it. He is trying to do something. I don't know exactly what, but we are having little time on the clock, so this is a problem. Let me... He's so tricky. He's so tricky. He tried to trick us. So we should not fall for the tricks. The rest is not so difficult in this position, but the tricks... There is a trick? No, I don't see a trick. Here, no more checks. Next move is a6, so it is a complete game over. He has to find a trick, otherwise he is going to resign. Here. Let's play this one. The pawn is walking. No checks, no nothing here for our friend. So b4. b5. Next move is queen on c6. And the king is gonna hide here on g2. So queen on c6, because maybe I have something else, but this is looking easier. Ooh, what a tricky guy. Have you seen that? He wanted to trick us. And now we are promoting the pawn here. a7, a8. Oh, he continues playing. What a guy. I mean, come on. Really? I still have 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. Really? He is playing this position. Let's mate him. But first we push the T. Boom. And now we're gonna mate him. All right. So that's a checkmate. And finally a win as well on this position, because our guy panicked. So he panicked. He could not keep the position. And of course, all this queen end games with a pass pawn, queen end game, pass pawn, it's always the same. We only need a one pawn in a queen end game. We don't need 10 pawns. The fastest running pawn, this is all what matters in the queen end game. All right. And today, the usual daily game against our members and against Narrative Combat. Narrative Combat, so active lately here on the channel. Great member. So, Narrative Combat, in case you would like to play a game, please challenge me for 10-minute unrated, please, because we cannot play rated. So, unrated 10 minutes, sure, let's go, great. And let me know your account name, because I forgot, probably you have said it earlier, but I just forgot. What is your account name? Narrative definitely deserves the game. I see also Felix here with us. Welcome, Felix. And by the way, I would like to make a little announcement for those of you who would like still to register to my seminar. I will be posting now here my seminar. You can check it out. It's gonna be fun, and of course, it's gonna be chess-wise quite good. So in case you're serious, try to take a look at the seminar. Maybe it is something for you. So now we have Narrative Combat. I don't see what is a nickname of Narrative Combat. What is a narrative here? Who knows what is a nickname on chess.com of Narrative Combat, because I don't see narrative. I see so many challenges and I'm just not sure who is actually narrative. I don't see narrative writing on something. Okay, let's wait for just a minute till we get to know narrative is actually. Because otherwise, too many challenges. I don't know who is narrative. Narrative, what's your account name on chess.com? What is your account name, please? I'm Jeremy. Jeremy. All right, Jeremy, I found you. Okay, good luck to Narrative, and of course, warm support in the chat for Narrative, our very, very active member. Narrative starts with the move e4. We see also a picture actually in the profile. All right, knight on c6. Let's play the Sicilian defense. Now, usually we have two main continuations here. It is a move d4 and bishop on b5. These are the two main lines, but of course, with white, we have a white choice what we can do next. So, Narrative is playing the move bishop c4. Is also possible, not a bad play, but I like this e6 setup against the move bishop on c4. Why do I like it? Because the bishop is watching the pawn. So obviously this is not like the best that white could hope for. Force the bishop to watch the pawn. a6 with the idea, let's push. And I see also Michelle here in the chat. Welcome, welcome everyone to VChess. Of course, in case you are not yet subscriber, push the button and let me see what I will be playing next. Knight on e7 was idea. d5 is normal. Let's go with the move knight on e7. Are we over 100 likes today? Yeah, 103 likes. Not that many, to be honest, but it's better than 50. It's better than 50. So we have the short castle. Very, very normal play. For the moment, everything as usual. With the black pieces, we can go with the move d5 or with the move b5. I like the Sicilian setup a little bit more. b5 is usually good. We are attacking the bishop. Then next we get the bishop to b7. This is a very, very typical Sicilian way of playing these positions with the black pieces. e6, knight on e7 is doing pretty well because it also supports the knight on d4 play. In case I want, it supports the knight on g6, which is also not a bad play. So for example here, we have knight on d4 idea and bishop on b7. We can choose. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. So I don't know what is better. Maybe let's try the move knight on d4. This is quite good, especially that we have the move knight e7 played. Knight is going to c6. For the moment, Narrative is playing a very, very good game. Narrative is playing an excellent game here. Position is still more or less equal. All right. Black is more or less equal. So knight on e2, this is not the best. So usually you should take on d4. Knight on e2 immediately is not the best, so we can take on f3 now. And the structure of white is getting a little bit damaged, so black is doing, of course, very good now. Since the structure is damaged, we can get the knight on c6, but I like to get my knight on g6. This is looking even better. So yeah, knight on g6. We have safe king, bishop on a2. As you can see, it's watching the pawn on e6. So bishop is closed. This is important. Maybe next we can play the move bishop on d6 with the idea queen h4. So we try to start some kind of dynamic play. d3, maybe d4 a little bit better for narrative in this position because you have to do something. This is looking like solid but very passive. Usually when you're getting squeezed, the better play is to get a little bit more active in case you can. We are following our strategy, the bishop on d6. This bishop is going here to b7, the queen is getting there. And potentially we have also the idea of long castle in case we would like to start some strong attack. Knight on g3, normal play, yeah, that's a normal play. So we also play with a move queen h4, exactly as we planned. We are getting the queen to h4. Now we have few ways of playing this position with the black pieces. One way is to play bishop f4, change the bishops, and get the knight on f4. This is normal. We have also this bishop b7, as I said earlier, with a long castle. Sorry. And we have also the idea, this one. And the knight is getting there. So take a look at this. It might be a checkmate. So black is really pushing here, and why it feels like black has more pieces in the attack. Why is this feeling? This feeling because of the bishop on a2. Because the bishop is so bad. So bishop g5. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake by narrative because I'm capable of taking the bishop. So of course we should not give our bishop. And just resignation. Well, a little bit too early to resign, but yeah. So a couple of things I would advise to narrative. Let's see if narrative now is back with us in the chat. Brutal loss. No, it's all right. It's all right, narrative. And of course in the chat, warm support for narrative. Narrative, couple of things just for you to improve your game. I would not advise you to start with the move bishop c4. This e6 idea is usually quite difficult. Some professionals can play with the move bishop c4, but for not a professional level, this feels very, very bad. It feels like your bishop is just bad. So don't play this bishop c4, just go for bishop b5 or go for the move d4. So these have good moves. Now, if we continue in this position after knight on d4, of course, first take and then play the move knight on e2. This is normal. The knight is getting here to c6. Now you play d3. Next you play c3. This position is more or less equal here. So this would be better to allow me to take on f3. It's a little bit dangerous. And of course, now white is under pressure. It's very difficult to get also some counterplay here, but still, maybe the best try. Knight on g3 is fine, but this king h1. So you are getting ready with a move rook to g1. Maybe the rook is going to play somewhere. It's a difficult position. Yes, black is better, but still not so much better. Just some little advantage here. So yeah, this is what I would advise you. Keep your king safe in case the king is open. Still try to keep your king surrounded by your pieces. Then it's gonna be more or less all right in most of the cases. Narrative combat. Oh, thank you very much for your support. Thank you. All right. So that's it from today's stream. I hope you enjoyed. I think we took a look at quite some interesting games, some ideas. We played a lot of games on the Caro-Kann. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I will be back tomorrow, midday probably. Sorry, speaking too much. So I will be back tomorrow. Wish you all great beginning of the week. Hope to see you tomorrow. And in case you see some cool ideas that are useful for yourself, just rewatch the stream. We keep the streams on VChess. So you can rewatch it, you can write it down, some things that are interesting for you, because I think many positions that we're looking at here on the streams is like a free lecture, basically, on positional understanding, on some tactics. So in your case, I would use it. When I was young, I had no option of getting so much material for free. All right, all the best, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, being in the chat, of course. Thanks to all. Thanks to Hadi, also being here every day with us. Thanks, Hadi. And wish you all a great beginning of the week. And bye.